is what it is. I just traveled the world from 2016 onward. I wrote it down. Facebook with regards to how much money measure against those KPIs. Trust me, your life will change.
So the next one that I want to talk through is a matrix, a quadrant. Okay, this is the journey that you're going to go on. So you're going to start top left and you're going to go down and round. Okay, so the first phase of your journey to becoming like entrepreneurial is you're an employee. Okay, then you move from employee to self-employed. Then you move from self-employed to business owner. And you move from business owner to entrepreneur. All right, so you start here, you work your way around, and then you come up to here. Okay, so there's a journey you go on, and you've got to like shift through this journey. Okay, so employees, exactly what it says on the tin, right? You're an employee. Okay, you work for someone else, and that's completely fine. There's people in this program, like I know Tessa and Matty Teb, who got some epic results, like they're 4 or 5 grand a month type thing while they were an employee. Okay, so for anyone sitting here saying like you don't have time because you got a full-time job, that's just not true. Matty told me that he was still working 50 hours a week in his job, and he put in an extra 10 hours a week. And he managed to, I think it was about 4 grand a month he was sitting at, just on top of his business. And now he's like ready to leave that. Okay, so if that's you're here, then you got to make a decision. Like you got to make a decision. All right, and I'm going to go through what I would suggest in the next part. But the decision you've got to make and the belief you've got to have is, I have the time to do this. Like I have the time to do this. All right, make that decision in your mind and believe that you can do it, because you can have something on the side that will eventually allow you to become self-employed. Okay, because the thing you do here is you get money in, like Matty did or like Tessa did, and then you can decide to go, cool, I have my job and I have this income. So say your job is 5-6 grand a month, and then you've got 4 grand a month, so that would be 10. So you've got 10 coming in. You would sit there for 3-4 months or whatever, and you would just save as much money as you can, and then boom, you can drop down, and then your wage will drop. There'll be a little bit of tension, but then eventually you'll shift through and you'll make more money than you did here. Okay, so next phase is self-employed. That's where you make the decision to go, right, I'm going to be self-employed. All right, so you've literally still got a job here, all right, but you're working for yourself. All right, so it's the first thing. So like for like this why starting a marketing business is one of the best opportunities in the world right now, because you can easily become self-employed, like really easily. You drop down, you take on some clients, and you become a marketing consultant, right? And that's your job. And when you're in this, you're learning the skills you need. And this is what I did, guys. Remember, I went from the joiner to the PT, and the PT was the first thing that got me here, but then I screwed it up, and I failed in this section because I didn't really have a business, to be honest, to start with. It was just still self-employed. And then I fucking fell down on my face, and then I used the marketing services to build this back up. And now I'm just literally coming into this box here. Chris is up here. Chris is entrepreneur. I'm here now. Okay, so we all move through this journey together. It's quite cool. So self-employed, you have your own job. Like next one, you move through to the business owner, which is where you have like staff, systems, processes, some leverage, and you have a business. Like you actually have an entity that can work without you. Okay, like, or work with very minimum of your time. Okay, and that's where you sit here. And then if you go up to entrepreneur, which if you decide to, you don't actually have to, but if you decide to, then the entrepreneur usually just has multiple things going on, multiple businesses, multiple projects, just loads of things going on. And they're really leveraged, and And really here, you're just sitting in your zone of genius, right? You're just in your zone of genius and you're just doing what you love, loving what you do, and serving the world and making impact, because that's what this person does. This person is just obsessed about changing the world, making an impact. No matter how small or big that is, that's what that person is. Like, the making an impact in the world doesn't have to be a massive thing like Steve Jobs. It could be such a small little thing in your own community. It could be a big thing in the world. It could be a small thing in Australia. It could be a small thing in the US. It doesn't matter. It's just that personality does that, okay? And you can learn to come through this, or you can just stay here, and that's completely fine. You just know that I'm staying in that box, and that's me. I'm good. I've got my job. I'm earning 30 grand a month. I'm good. I've got couple of VAs that cost me a couple of grand a month, and I'm feeling really good. And I just want to stay here, and I'm happy. I don't even want to go out and start building this entity over here that can work with it. I don't even want that. Okay, cool. That's sweet. Or if you're in here and you're like, yeah, that sounds really good. I want to build an entity that can work without me and create some wealth for myself. Then you can decide to move over here, and you can decide to make the shift to go, right, cool, I'm going to hire staff, I'm going to build systems, going to build processes, going to build this business, going to make it work without me, and then I'm going to move in here. Because when you're in here building this, that's your thing, is you're building this. And then as you're building this, you're probably going to find loads more opportunities come your way. And then you'll probably shift up here and you'll start having multiple things going on while these things start working for you. Okay. And this is all choice. Okay. Remember, I'm giving you this to think about. You don't actually have to go all the way around here. I'm just giving you the full model so you can say, cool, I actually just want to stay there. Imagine I just had 10 clients at 2 grand a month and it was stress free because I had a couple of people helping me. It didn't cost me much. So my outgoings were 2 grand a month, probably some software. So let's just overestimate and say my outgoings are 6-7 grand a month, and I've got a 20 grand a month business. So hey, cool, sweet. I've got 13 grand a month profit. Awesome. I'm going to leave 50% of that in the business and pull 50% out and chuck it in my pocket. Sweet. That's a pretty sweet wage. I'm happy with that. And then I've got a profit building up in my business. That I can then invest in property or invest in stocks or invest in whatever. I can learn other ways to make my money grow for me. Okay, that's completely fine. All right, so this is model number 2. Who thinks this is pretty cool? And where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Tell me. Do you want to be the employee, which is fine as well, by the way? Do you want to be self-employed? Do you want to be business owner? Do you want to be entrepreneur? Where do you want to go? Tell me in the chat box. I'd love to hear. And take a screenshot of this before I jump off onto the last model. Nice swap. No, that is definitely the next step for you. We've been speaking about that. That's good. Nice, Jenny. Love that. Dawn, love that. Love it. So we've got some big thinkers here. I like it. I like it. Nice, Melv. Entrepreneur. I love it. We've got the right people in this group. Love it. And again, remember, if you just want to sit in self-employed, guys, there's that. It's actually a really good life. It's actually a really, really good life. Like I sat there for when I had that big down. I sat there for 2 years, basically. I sat here for 2 years. Okay, and I just, and my ego wanted me to be here right away. Okay, my ego, like fucking, sorry to swear, but my ego wanted me to be this, right? Fucking just wanted me to be that. But I was like, nah, I'm just going to be patient, persistent, and I'm going to sit in here and I'm going to just follow this predictable path, right? And it just takes time.